Hello and welcome back. It's Brett with Clickmill.co. In this video, I want to take a few minutes to spend some time with you and look into some of the groups and the ways that we can connect with already existing online communities. Now, in the digital marketing world or in the digital ministry world, one of the easiest ways to build your platform is by going to already existing platforms and siphoning off some of those members. Now, we go in, we engage them with really great content, and then they come over to you. Now, this doesn't mean that they don't engage in the previous platform, but when you create high quality information, people come to you. So let's take a moment here and let's look at Facebook. Now, my Facebook is in dark mode because I spend a lot of time on the internet, so that's why it's black here. But let's look this up, and I'm just going to go to the first one. Now, you saw this in the book, The Digital Ministry. Now, if you go and you type in depression in the search bar, and you come down to groups, you will see 200,000, a group with 200,000, 100,000, 154,000, 26,000, 20,000, 47,000, 20,000. That's counseling psychology. Self-destruction, anxiety, and depression, 1,600. Social anxiety, 13,000. And it's a resource center. If you have resources and information that helps people with anxiety from a biblical format, from a biblically grounded approach, you can go and you can put it in here in such a way that people will find you. It's incredible. They just gather and then they say, we want your resources. It's awesome. So, here is the basic approach when you go into one of these groups. You can join. You can see here the little button that says join group depression. I would probably suggest an individual from the ministry join, but your ministry itself can join if you have a ministry page or something like that, as long as you're providing high quality information. One of our clients at one point told me, she said, I already do the Facebook groups. And so I was talking and I said, well, what is it that you do? And she explained that she goes into these groups and she says, well, if each one of you only gave $1, then this problem wouldn't even exist. And while I agree, if everybody in one group did give $1 in these, nonprofit support groups or whatever, the problem probably wouldn't exist. The problem, though, is that if I came up to you and I said, if you just gave $1 and all the other pastors gave $1, this problem wouldn't exist. You would go, you kind of sound rude and it's kind of spammy, especially if I sent it to your email or something. And that's what it is in these groups. Anytime you ask for anything in one of these groups, you're spamming them. So don't ever ask for anything. All you do is talk about the benefits for them. Just meet needs. And so when you go into one of these groups, if you have sermons of videos on how to overcome depression, the way you phrase that is, hey, everyone, you're being personable. Here is, a video that talks about how to overcome depression. Thought it might help. I'm just coming with this off the top of my head. Thought it might provide you some useful information. Keep it up, guys. You're going to get there. Exclamation point, something like that. And you're being personable, but you're giving value to them. And then you give a link. And that link, given that the group allows it, you're just going to have people clicking on that and going over to your YouTube channel, going over to the page on your website where they can engage with that content. Maybe they can engage with more content, but at the bottom or somewhere you have that call to action that says, hey, if you really love this, sign up and download your free 30-day prayer guide or something relevant. That's not really relevant to depression, but in that way, you can be going in, engaging these groups and bringing them to the front doors of your church. Let's look up another one. Single parents. And I spelled parents wrong. There we go. Single parents. And again, we're going to go to groups. So now here you'll see single parents surviving single parenthood, 104. So that's obviously a support group. I know that there's also let's look up, I also looked up single mothers. That one has 104,000 people in it. I'm going to also look up single mothers. Let's just look that up. And I know there's also a very large one here. We got to go to groups again. Here we go. Oh, that's got 11,000. Single mothers support 11,000. Single mothers, okay, looking for there are some single mothers support groups in here that have, thousands and tens of thousands as well. But we'll go back here to single parents. If you have single parents in your audience, and that is part of your audience, single parents, there we go. There are obviously dating groups in here. You have to kind of filter through them and find the ones that are relevant for your ministry. But here we go. Single parents, surviving single parenthood, 104,000 members. Positive parenting. So here is parenting. If you want to do parenting, there's parenting groups, if that's something you're already offering at your church. So we just repackage. Oh, look at this. Christian parenting. You want to disciple Christian parents who are trying to, be godly parents. 5,000 people are just sitting here waiting to see your content. Let me show you a couple other places that you can find groups like this. So this is Facebook. Now over here in LinkedIn, I will show you, I'm just going to go here to my home tab. Now what you can do is you can click here in the search bar, and let's just say if you want to find a professional group, this is one place that I've connected with ministry leaders in the past. So let's just go into ministry, and I'm going to select groups from the options. And here we go. Christian ministry and church leadership, 11,800. And you can do this for any type of, whatever you want. I personally don't prefer this as much because if I'm reaching out to individuals, if I'm reaching out to ministry professionals, this is fantastic. Now they're also on Facebook, so there are two good places for that. But if you're reaching out to sort of your everyday Joe or Jane, may not be the case. But if you have, let's say, tech industry people, maybe you're over in California, and you do have a large professional population in your church, then this will be the perfect place to find them. So knowing who your audience is enables you to go to them more effectively. Lastly, here I'll show you Reddit. Now on Reddit, I am going to show you how to do this briefly. You just go here to the search bar when you get here, and we're just going to type in depression. Now I will tell you, Reddit, not my favorite place in the world. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's go back to the home page real quick here. There we go. And we're going to type in depression. There we go. And now I can actually search communities and users, and you'll see, boom, here are all of the communities related to depression. And you'll see 745,000 people in the depression chat group, peer support for anyone struggling with a depressive disorder. So there are nearly 1 million people in here struggling with a depressive disorder. And for those of you who may not be super familiar with psychology, in the psychological literature, the root of depression is deeply rooted feelings and beliefs of hopelessness and worthlessness. Those are the reasons that people are depressed, is because they believe on a deep level that they have no hope and that they are worthless. And so you want to talk about opportunity for ministry. Wow. 745,000 people there. So I will tell you, with Reddit, you will find that it is I guess bipolar, but not in the clinical sense, but in the sense that it has two poles. They love you, they hate you. And we've mentioned as much in the book. If you go into one of these groups and you sound even just a little bit spammy, if you sound like you have any kind of ulterior motive, they will eat you for lunch and spit you out. You will be the spammer and you will be gone. If you provide genuinely helpful material, if you go in here and you really genuinely meet needs, even if it's just having a team member come in and talk with people and just have good, conversation that adds value to their life, then that can go very well. As equally as it can go bad, it can go good on Reddit. And a lot of businesses and digital blogs and things have gone viral on Reddit, and that has been the start to them. So I personally am not the biggest fan of Reddit. I prefer the Facebook groups, but again, it just depends on what suits your ministry. So anyway, if you're in Reddit, it's all about them. It's all about providing value, and that's the case everywhere. There's just bigger consequences to not doing that well on Reddit. So Yeah, there we go. As always, I hope that this video was insightful for you, not only to give you an idea of the amount of need. We only looked at a couple topics: depression, anxiety, parenting, single parent support groups. There's unlimited number of subjects you could think up. This is just what I could come up with, off the top of my head, just spending a little time with you. But either way, thank you so much, Pastor, for being here. Thank you for the work you're doing in digital ministry and in physical ministry. I want to be here to support you because I really genuinely believe in the work that you're doing. Just being in one of these groups can touch hundreds of thousands of people's lives. I actually just spoke with a client and I added it to the book because that's still underway a little bit here. I'm putting some finishing touches. But she put a post on one group that got 2.2 million likes. So either way, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. God bless. If you want to reach more people online more effectively, then you have come to the right place. I'd like you to go ahead and do 3 things. Firstly, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Make sure notifications are on so you never miss another video. Number 2, go on over to clickmill.co, schedule a free strategy session with us so we can talk more about your church and how you can reach people online. Lastly, in the comments below, you'll see a link. If you follow that link, you will find our digital ministry training library. And that digital ministry training library gives professional step-by-step video training for each member of your digital ministry team so that together your team can reach more people online.